Hi everyone, Austin here. Today I have a guide for all beginners to World Conqueror 4. Okay, let's get started in the HQ. So what generals you should go for? Well, first of all, the free generals, Helfrich, Schmidhuber, and Wainwright. You can get them for free by just completing the tutorial missions. So you really should. They're not very strong, but they will be helpful. And then there is Horton that you can get from the daily login reward. And you've got Pavlov for from the starter pass. Yeah, so you have these 5 journals for free. So which journals should you buy? Well, first for tanks, you could try aiming high for someone like Wagon because he has very good starting perks. He has Veteran General, which increases his HP. He has Crossfire, Panzer Leader. These are really good skills. However, it might be difficult to get enough medals to buy him. Then you might want to get someone like Bastica, who, if upgraded properly, can be almost just as good as Weigand. You can also go for artillery with Lieb. He is very good. He does lack mobility at the beginning, but it's not really that important for a beginner. Then for Navy you don't really need anything, you've got Horton and Helfrich. For infantry you've got Wainwright. So you don't really need an Air Force General either, because it's not that important in the beginning. So after getting those 2 generals, you should aim for other tank generals, possibly Guderian. You can try getting Brook, it's pretty good. So then there is Rommel and Konev. To get them you need to complete those missions, like you can see them in Domination and down here, like we've got famous generals. And for example, here is one for Rundstedt. So first you get a bit 1 mission to unlock him, but do not buy him unless you complete all 3 missions, because then he or other famous general like Rommel or Konev will be at minus 40% the cost, which is really good. As beginner you won't have that many medals, so that should take care of generals. Now what missions to play? Well, after completing all the tutorials you want to go to World War II Europe and start playing with the Axis. And the Allied campaign, I think it's a bit harder, but not that much harder. It's not like in World Conqueror 3, where the gap was huge. Here it's not that bad, so you might want to just play both of these. When you reach level 10 HQ, you might want to get started on history retrospections. And they're not that difficult, some are hard. I must admit, some are really hard, but most of them are easy. With good tactics you should be able to beat some of them and get medals, get elite force fragments. So the next thing is elite force. Okay, so you unlock the combat medic early on. You should be able to do that. There's an achievement that gives you, or maybe it is the daily login, something like that, but either way there is something that gives you 30 combat medic pieces, so you're gonna get these. They're really useful for a beginner because your generals won't have a lot of health. But which elite forces you should aim for? And definitely tanks are really nice. Like T-44 is pretty trash, but aside from that, these are really good units, especially the later ones like Leopard, Abrams, T-72 or the Hive. For artillery, I still haven't unlocked the goose stuff. That's pretty funny. Anyway, priest is actually nice to have. I like using the priest. It's not the strongest, but you can get a lot of fragments for it really easily. But for artillery, pretty much every single unit is good. There aren't any weak units. But of course, there are some better than others, like HIMARS, definitely the best with Topol-M. For Navy, all units are pretty good. Yeah, and definitely Type 7 is the weakest. But Typhoon is really nice. Yeah, you get nukes with it. But at the beginning you don't really have that much of a choice which elite forces you want to get, because you mostly can choose from the redemption shop, which you get mainly from nightmare difficulty events, so yeah, not really for a beginner. But this is basically, like, here we've got of course Phantom Force, and for Air Force this is the Apache Hind that you want to aim for. Alright, so now you know which elite forces to go for, which generals to go for. The tech, you obviously want to upgrade tanks, artillery, but Navy and Air Force are also nice. Don't upgrade fortresses, air defenses, missiles. Infantry can come in handy, but only if you have lots of resources, otherwise don't spend them on it. Yeah, so you can also play invasions, they can get you quite some medals, so that's nice. And of course remember about those tasks that can give you free resources. There's also a trick, because the tasks, like, they take a couple of hours to complete, but you can actually skip the wait by changing the clock settings in settings, like on your phone or your PC. You've got a clock, and you can just change that to 1 day forward and you'll skip all the wait. So that's a nice little trick that still works. Of course those tasks won't reset, so you can just be doing them indefinitely, but you can still get quite some resources from it for free. Okay, so that's pretty much it, I think. We've got still like conquests, but conquests are pretty easy if you play with a 3-star, and they just take quite a bit of time. So you can play them, you don't have to. I've never played conquests up until I had, like, I think definitely got Patton and some other strong generals, so you don't need to play conquests, you can. For the achievements, yeah, you want to try completing them, although you don't have to. Like, for example, I still haven't unlocked 30 wonders because the only 2 left cost medals, and I don't want to spend medals on something I want to use. Yeah, so that's basically it. Thanks everyone for watching, hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please like and subscribe, and see you next time.